Can you even imagine a world where someone else played Indiana Jones? Or Neo from The Matrix? It sounds completely insane, right? These characters are so iconic, so legendary, that the actors who played them are basically fused with them forever. When you think of Indiana Jones, you see Harrison Ford. When you think of Neo, you see Keanu Reeves. It's just how it works. It feels like it was destined to be this way from the very beginning, like it was written in stone before any of us were even born. It's impossible to picture it any other way. But what if the actors we can't separate from these roles were never even in them? Today, we dive into the most insane casting what-ifs in Hollywood history. A-listers who were this close to playing some of the most famous characters of all time. This isn't just random trivia. This could have changed movie history. Alright, let's start with what might be the single biggest what-if in modern movie history. We all know The Matrix. It redefined sci-fi action. The slow-motion bullets, the whoa, the leather trench coats. It changed everything. At the center was Keanu Reeves as Neo, the hacker who becomes a cyber messiah. His quiet, almost confused performance is legendary. But the Wachowskis originally wanted someone completely different. They went straight to the biggest movie star of the late 90s, Will Smith, Independence Day, Men in Black, the king of the summer blockbuster. The studio wanted a guaranteed hit. They offered him the lead, the chance to be Neo. And Will Smith said, no. He turned it down. When they pitched bullet time, jumping in slow motion, cameras spinning, he didn't get it. He couldn't visualize what would become an iconic effect. Instead of taking the red pill, he chose Wild Wild West, the one with the giant mechanical spider. It became one of the infamous box office bombs of the 90s. He's joked for years it was a huge mistake. So what if he had said yes? A Will Smith Matrix would have been a completely different movie. Keanu brought wonder and quiet confusion. A blank slate we projected onto. Discovering the world with us made his transformation into the one powerful. An underdog story. Will would bring swagger, charisma, humor. Imagine Neo cracking one-liners while dodging bullets. The tone shifts. Less brooding philosophy, more mega blockbuster energy. Box office would explode day one. With his name, hype would be off the charts. He'd be the face of a generation-defining sci-fi franchise. Fresh Prince of Zion? Absolutely. Sequels, merch, video games, all built around Will. The coat and shades? His look. But we might lose the weirdness, the philosophical depth, the quiet coolness of Keanu. Would a confident Neo be as relatable? Would his journey be as compelling? Will does Wild Wild West and it bombs. Keanu takes Neo, becomes a legend, and later John Wick. Would Wick even exist without The Matrix? One No built the Matrix we love. Proof that sometimes the biggest blockbusters are pure dumb luck. From digital realms to the dusty 80s. Picture this, a rugged hero, a leather jacket, a fedora, and a whip. You're thinking Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford. He is Indy, grumpy, reluctant, heroic. The professor who hates snakes but loves punching Nazis. George Lucas and Steven Spielberg's first choice? Not Harrison. They launched a massive search and found him. Tom Selleck. Rugged looks, towering height, easygoing charm. He crushed the screen test. Offer made. Selleck would be Indiana Jones. But a massive problem. A TV pilot, Magnum, PI, and a binding contract. CBS refused to let him out. They feared he'd bolt if the movie hit big. Schedules nearly aligned. Still, the network wouldn't budge. Selleck walked away. Devastating. Spielberg and Lucas turned back to Harrison Ford. He put on the fedora, picked up the whip, and created a legend. Magnum, PI sword, Selleck became a TV icon. What if the network said yes? Ford's Indy is cynical, beat up, relatable. Selleck's Indy? Smoother, more charming, more confident, more swashbuckler than Gump, fights more assured than desperate. The Marion dynamic swings toward playful rom-com energy. One contract signature changed cinema's course. Chapter 3. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. One of the most famous lines ever, delivered perfectly by Tom Hanks. It won him his second straight Oscar. Forrest Gump was a cultural phenomenon. A sweeping, funny, heartbreaking journey through American history, seen through a simple, good-hearted man. Tom Hanks is Forrest Gump. But before Hanks, producers eyed another star, cool, charismatic, a phenomenal dancer. They offered the role to John Travolta. I know, it sounds insane. Early 90s, Travolta was in a slump after a rough 80s. A complex dramatic role, his chance to show a new side. He passed. Reportedly, he wasn't sure, couldn't see himself in it. The role went to Hanks. He made it iconic. Travolta chose Pulp Fiction. Vincent Vega. Cool, funny, tragic. Career revived, Oscar nod. In 1994, he lost Best Actor to Tom Hanks, his alternate reality. Travolta's presence, swagger, voice, twinkle. Hanks disappeared into Forrest, voice, posture, whole being. Could Travolta strip away the cool and find innocence? If he pulled it off, it would shatter perceptions. He'd be seen as a great dramatic actor. The iconic lines would carry different weight, maybe more outsider, more melancholy. A Travolta win could have steered him to prestige drama. Instead, Pulp Fiction crowned him king of cool, leading to Get Shorty, Face Off. Two parallel tracks, both successes. By saying no, he paved the way for Hanks. By saying yes to Tarantino, he birthed another classic. A rare win-win. What if Travolta opened the box? Chapter 4. A role that defines intensity. A dark place an actor must enter, and bring us with them. Clarice Starling in The Silence of the Lambs. Jodie Foster played her as young, intelligent, deeply vulnerable. Fear feels real, courage incredible. She won an Oscar, cementing her greatness. Director Jonathan Demme had someone else in mind, Michelle Pfeiffer. After Pfeiffer, Nicole Kidman campaigned hard. A rising star, known for Days of Thunder and a very public marriage, not yet a dramatic powerhouse. The studio liked her, but doubted her star power. They cast Foster, a major turning point. Not getting Clarice slowed her dramatic coronation. Over time, she proved them wrong. Imagine 1991 introducing Kidman as a fearless thriller lead. Her Clarice, more outwardly poised, coolly professional, trauma crackling beneath. Lecter preys on vulnerability. With Kidman, the armor is thicker. His peeling away feels even more menacing. An early Oscar reframes her as an arriving titan, not a gradual build. Fincher and Mann might pursue her aggressively. C7, the insider-type roles. She could dominate smart, intense thrillers for a decade. Our reality, she builds brick by brick, wins for the hours in 2003. Another reality, instant 90s thriller queen. Casting is timing, perception, politics. One yes can alter everything. Talent finds a way, but a single casting decision can change everything. So there you have it. 4 moments in time, a single decision, a single contract, a single opinion, almost changed movie history forever. It's insane to imagine these realities. Will Smith as Neo, Tom Selleck as Indiana Jones, John Travolta as Forrest Gump, Nicole Kidman as Clarice Starling. Movies we consider perfect could have been different, and our biggest stars unrecognizable. So much of Hollywood is chance. For every iconic performance, a ghost of what could have been. Nothing is set in stone. The ones we love weren't always first or even second choice. It's talent, luck, timing, and sometimes one actor's huge mistake. What other insane casting what-ifs do you know? Drop them below. I read every one. Like and subscribe. 1 million likes, and we remake one of these scenes. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.